This is Self-Starter. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Self-Starter, a podcast that highlights small business owners, the self-employed and freelancers who have taken the plunge to create their own desirable lifestyle. My name is Andy Dowling. I'm also the host of the Andy Social Podcast. I play bass in the Australian metal band Lord, and I'm also a dispute resolution specialist. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching @Andy Dowling, or you can go to selfstarter.com.au where you can learn more about yours truly and anything and everything to do with the self-employment world. This episode, this is a different one. I am interrupting your regularly scheduled Self-Starter program with a side hustle episode. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I'll call these types of episodes just yet, but I want to give you some more ideas of how to earn some extra money. I understand that not everyone has the desire to completely immerse themselves in the self-employment world, or they're ready to do so, but there are plenty of ways to ease in and get a feel of what the possibilities may be by earning some small amounts of money on the side. I mean, who wouldn't want to earn a little extra money? And it's even better when it's something that you enjoy. So have you heard of Twitch? Twitch is a live streaming video platform which was launched in 2011 as primarily a video gaming platform. However, over the years, it's been utilized by all sorts of people doing things that they're passionate about, such as music, art, and other forms of entertainment. I've even been made aware of a guy who video streams his turtles, which you'll hear about more in this episode. So personally for me, I don't know a great deal about Twitch, so I thought I'd call on the assistance of two friends who are avid users and have made some money from it. James and Jono, both from Tasmania, which wasn't planned, by the way, both stream their video games and love of pop culture via their channels. I spoke with both of them in this episode about why they got started and how, what makes a successful Twitch user, the money that they make and what they do with it, and their general views of the platform and what they've personally got from it. If you want more of a sticky beak, you can find James via his username stay_frosty641, and Jono's username is goodoldjb. I'll have their links to both Twitch and Discord pages in the show notes over at selfstarter.com.au. And if you just want to learn more about Twitch in general, you can go to twitch.tv. A quick edit in here, folks. As I'm recording this intro, Jono just messaged me and told me that last night when he was streaming, he received $100 in donations from the viewers that tuned in to buy the game Red Dead Redemption 2. That's a tongue twister. How awesome is that? It goes to show what the possibilities are on this platform. So really, really cool to see. And I will link to the video that shows how this has all come about in the show notes over at selfstarter.com.au. Now, I'm no gamer, and I know many of you probably aren't either, but I really encourage you to keep an open mind with this and think about how you could potentially utilize a platform like Twitch or video streaming in general to possibly earn a little bit of extra money or even add it to your existing business. Keeping with the self-starter theme, I'll have my key takeaways at the end of this episode, so stay tuned. In the meantime, though, please enjoy this side hustle episode on Twitch. James, introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about Twitch.
Hey, I'm James. I do a bit of variety streaming over on Twitch and, just basically play a bunch of games, have a chat with some mates and, get to meet new people.
Is there any particular reason as to why you've decided to use it? I mean, you mentioned just then about meeting people, but was there something initially as to what sort of sparked the interest?
Well, it was sort of just, I don't know, just trying to start like a small community, get a bunch of people together, just sort of like-minded, behind the same sort of games, because like around here there's not really a big like sort of gaming community around where I live, so I was just sort of trying to get something together and just some like-minded people talking and stuff, And
is it primarily games that you're using Twitch for?
Yeah, like pretty much just pop culture in general, really, yeah.
Cool. And so how long have you been using Twitch for?
Just over a year now, probably about a year and a half.
Yep. And how many viewers or streams or subscribers do you get on your particular profile?
I usually probably an average of around 10 per stream, and I stream 3 days a week.
Okay. And is that consistent times each week?
Yeah.
Do you think that's
it's probably about 8? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say, do you think that's a really important thing for the people that tune in, that there's that consistency?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, having a sort of a solid schedule really helps with bringing people back.
And do you think that how do people discover your particular profile? Can you search and look for particular topics or interests or whatever, like different?
Yeah, well, Twitch has a really good directory with finding streams of games you like, things you might like, and a lot of it's networking as well, like getting to meet people after you stream. You can host people. So hosting people that play similar games to you sort of gets everyone talking and your viewers mixing with other viewers and brings people back from other channels as well.
And is it sort of like, I mean, obviously there's a stream section of it where you're watching the person who's running that profile, but there's sort of like a chat element as well. So I assume that's what you mean by the host aspect of it?
Yeah, so if I finish up a stream, I can host another streamer on my channel, and then that sort of sends my viewers over to their channel and then gets everyone sort of talking.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
And all those early days, have you made any money off it yet?
Yeah, I've, I mean, probably not enough to cover what I've put into it initially, but I mean, for me, it was never really about earning money from it to begin with. So just earning any money from it really is like a plus.
Is there anything that you use that money for? Have you got like a budget that comes off Twitch that you use for particular things, or is it just an extra bit of money that you've got in your wallet?
Well, usually I try and sort of invest it back into games for the stream to play on stream for the guys and stuff. Like people who chuck in money, I'm just like, oh yeah, sort of what do you guys want to see next? And I try and, do what those guys like to see.
Oh, cool. So you're just reinvesting because you want to increase the audience and give back to them because they're obviously investing in you. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Do you think that you could earn more on there? And if so, what do you think that you would need to work on?
I think the main thing would just be sort of the amount of time streaming, because I have a full-time job as well. So streaming sort of like after I get home from work, I'll stream until, I'm tired, then I go to bed. But I think a big thing is the more hours. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you said before, like the consistency, which you've already got anyway, I guess that just sort of amplifies that. So people can find you and access you a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. The other thing was, apart from the consistency and the availability of being online, just seeing other people out there that have got really successful accounts, what makes a successful Twitch user?
I think just enjoying yourself, interacting with your viewers, because there's a lot of streamers out there who don't interact with their chat. And I mean, when your channel gets that big, it's harder to do. But like viewer interaction is a big thing. Like I know a lot of my viewers in particular, they always say when they're looking for a streamer, they look for someone who interacts with their viewers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you mentioned it before, but is gaming still sort of the big part of Twitch? So a lot of people that probably haven't been exposed to it yet might just think that it's a gaming platform only. But I'm under the impression there's quite a few different things that Twitch can host.
Yeah, there's heaps of stuff. There's like creative, so you can do your art and like all sketching, music. Like I've had a few band streams on there from my cover band. We set up a little camera out the front of the show and stream that for the guys.
Wow.
It's not just gaming anymore. It's spread across pretty much everything. IRL streams, so you can stream like pretty much anything, eating lunch. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I have a couple of mates that do that.
That's cool. And do you think that because for yourself, as using you as an example, doing a whole bunch of different things, is that an advantage to do because you've got variety, or would it be better for people to have a separate channel for just gaming or for music or just for something else, or is it sort of a bit more of people just learning about you personally?
Yeah, it's sort of hard because there's for me in particular, I'm a variety streamer, so I don't stick to one game, so it's sort of harder to build up an audience. But then I guess it comes down to why the viewers are there, whether they're for the game or for the personality. Yeah.
Okay, so there's, I guess, from a viewer's point of view, there's a whole range of different reasons as to why they're tuning in. So it just depends on their particular preferences.
Yeah, like some people might come for a game then stay for the personality, but yeah, it's sort of viewer specific.
Okay, cool. For anybody that's listening and goes, all right, I want to see whether I can make some money off Twitch, and I want to see if people can tune in, watch me do something that I enjoy doing. What's the best thing to do as far as getting started and things to consider when taking those first few steps?
Well, the main thing is just enjoy yourself, really, because it's sort of hard at the start when there's not many people coming around. But and sort of trying to talk to yourself at the start, trying to make conversation. But yeah, just enjoy yourself, and really, that's all there is to it. And like, because at the start it's really hard with not many people, but yeah, just just be yourself.
It's kind of
enjoy what you're doing.
It's kind of like anything, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
playing music or doing anything, you to begin with, you've just got to really sort of let the love of doing it fuel it and keep it going until everybody else starts to pay attention and
yeah, you just got to stick with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just one last question that while it's in my head, apart from sort of promoting yourself or your account through Twitch itself and the way that it's all set up and people searching for topics and different interests, do you use social media as well to try and get your channel out there or try and get your particular page out there to other people? Or is it mainly Twitch that you're getting that discoverability that way?
Well, before I stream, I always post a picture up on Instagram and share that out to Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
So that sort of brings in a few people as well, as just sort of let them know that I'm on. And I also have a thing called Discord, which is sort of like a little community messaging app. And I always have it posted in there when I'm going live and stuff. It just lets everyone know that I'm going live, and yeah.
That's cool. I'm fascinated. I think after speaking to you guys tonight and just getting a bit of an insight, I'm scheming, going, all right, what can I do? Make an account.
It's definitely good fun.
Did you find just being in front of or having people watch you do something? Because I don't know I haven't looked at your particular profile yet, but have you got your face in the frame? Is it just your screen of what you're playing, or is it a multi sort of screen thing so they can see two split screens of what you're doing and yourself and the game? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, well, I have a big green screen that goes behind me.
Yep.
So I have myself cut out over the game.
Yep.
Yeah. Try and like take up as little screen space as I can with myself, because most people are there to see the game.
Were you self-conscious doing that to begin with?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that if you had asked me a year ago if I was doing this, I would have said no, because I'm probably one of the most self-conscious people, and I'm actually surprised that I'm doing it. It's helped a lot with sort of, I don't know, just talking to people and stuff.
Yeah, I think for me, I've dabbled in just trying to do video stuff, and every time I see my own face, it's sort of like the reflection. I go, oh man, that's so awkward. And I just have to turn it off, and I can't keep going.
That's the good thing, because I used to do YouTube videos and I was the same. I'd shoot a cut, look back at it, and I'd be like, no, deleting that shit. But the thing with Twitch, it's live, so I can't.
Well, it's a bit of a trial by fire, isn't it? You get thrown in the deep end, and I guess no doubt you probably get reassurance from the people that continuously come back and tune in and watch, and you realise that you're probably just your own worst enemy, and no one else actually cares.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you always look into it too much.
Yeah, definitely. No, I hear you there. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to link to your page on the show notes for this episode, but I appreciate the little bite-sized view into your world, but it's very, very fascinating, so I might have to dig in a bit deeper.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having
me. On Twitch, I go by good old JB, and for me, it's about meeting people. It's a wonderful platform. I've become genuine friends with people, so it's nice to play games and meet a lot of different people from everywhere who are into the same shit as you. It's great. It's the best social media platform that there is, essentially.
What was the first thing that made you want to look into it and I guess create an account on there?
I had a friend he likes to he likes the speed running, because there's like a sports sort of side of video games these days, and he showed me Twitch, and he was like, oh, check out this guy, he's got the world record for Banjo-Kazooie, I think his name is Stivity Bobo, and I was like, oh, it's like, wow, okay, people watch this, and I was like, oh, I wasn't really into it, but then I discovered a streamer named Trevelyan, and he's not a speed runner, but he's just very funny and entertaining. And I was like, now I get it. Now I know why people watch Twitch. It's like I'm the kind of streamer I'm the kind of Twitch viewer that likes to watch the host. and it's cool when they're playing a cool game, but it's like the host is charismatic, and it's just a fun place to a fun show to watch. I'm all about that. And it was actually the girlfriend I was with at the time a couple of years ago, and she was actually said, she's like, you should do this. You could do this. And after I sort of watched Trevelyan for a while, I was like, I would like to do this, but I think it's the same for every streamer. When you start out, you think to yourself, no one is going to fucking watch this. When you started your podcast, did you think to yourself, no one is going to listen to this?
Oh yeah,
surely.
I still think that.
Yeah. And like a stream to no one for a long time, and tonight I'm sitting in here, I think we got to like 7 viewers, which is like, it's such a slow process. You got to grind. And I've only started taking it seriously recently, and I've seen it grow a little bit, but yeah, it's like it shocks you. I got 300 followers. I got 8 subscribers. And to think that when I started, I thought to myself, there's no one that will want to watch this, but you just keep meeting people that are into all the same shit, and you find parallels in like childhood. You're like, oh, I remember that. It's just a really wonderful form of social media. I think it's the best, mostly because I get the microphone and everyone else has to listen. So it's really
well, I mean, what you said before about, what you want to see as a viewer, and some of the other sort of answers that I've had from people that are talking about, people use Twitch for a whole range of different reasons, and it might be because of people have got an interest in a particular topic, or it might be some pop culture or something like that, but it might just be the host themselves, the person who's actually running that stream is the magnet, is what's attracting people, and and it doesn't, whatever they're doing is sort of secondary to their own personality, and that's what sort of is making them successful. I
think that's exactly very, very well put. I agree.
Very good. Have you made any money off it yet?
I have, yeah. I got my first payout a few weeks ago. Actually, it was only recently. I've been sitting at 8 subscribers for a while, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about, but you get paid when you accrue $100. They pay you out from 45 days after you accrue $100. So I got my first $100 recently, and upgraded my webcam. To answer the next question, I put it straight back into the channel, and I was using a sort of second tier webcam, so I just wanted to get started. So yeah, put it back into upgrading my stream and making it look better.
Well, congratulations on your first hungy.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it showed me a little vibration in the darkness. I'm like, oh, what was that? There's something to this. Like I was the same with music, man. I thought to myself, if you can find 10 people that love you, that means you can find 100,000. That was always my mentality. It's like, if anyone will like you, that means like everyone could like you.
Do you think that you could earn more money on there?
I do. I've actually decided very recently to take a leap and put my nose to the wheel. And what I've done is I've sorted my working life out, and I've got a full-time job, which is paying the bills and then some, and I own everything I need to basically grind this and try and make something off it. So I'm putting most of my play money away, and I've deferred my studies as well. I'd enrolled in university at this year, and it just didn't feel right. I felt like I was like, I should go back to school, as opposed to I wanted to go back to school. So I've recently just deferred my studies for 18 months, and I've given myself 18 months to stream 6-7 times a week and have a go at it and try and get partnered. So I do feel like I can make something of this.
Well, a couple of quick things there. So how many times a week do you stream at the moment?
It goes up to 4.
Yep. And is that pretty consistent it's the same time or the same days each week, more or less?
Yeah, it is good to have a schedule like that. A lot of my viewers are from the Northern Hemisphere, so they're up at crazy hours. So I tried to do some morning streams and stuff like that, but I realized it's like I'm not, it's like if I can comfortably and also lead a really good, outside the house existence, which I do. I got to find a nice balance there. I'm going to have to stream at night, and that's where most of my fan base is anyway. So it's basically 7 p.m. each night and 5 on weekends, a little earlier on the weekend.
And you mentioned before about getting partnered. What's the partnered concept?
Well, now that I've said it, like I'm an affiliate. and they've sort of, which there's like you're a streamer, and if you you show minimal signs of any, like they're giving away. There's a big thing about it at the moment about them just giving away affiliations, but I'm an affiliate, which means I can have subscribers and receive donations in the form of what they call bits, which is just this cool little thing they do. You give them a bunch of money and you get bits, and you can cheer and make it rain in the stream. That's another 3-hour podcast to explain bits to you. But with the partnership, you get paid quicker. I think like that's one of the main really noticeable perks left. But I think there's also more opportunity. I think you can be featured, and no, there's kind of a discussion going on at the moment about how there's not really that much difference between an affiliate and a partner. So I'm not sure if there's any more really noticeable differences, but the main one is you get paid quicker.
So there's probably, it sounds like there's a bit of a tiered system there, depending on the quality of content that you're putting out there, and it's being sort of assessed in a way so you're getting rewarded for contributing value to the platform. To
Twitch, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that even if there's not much of a difference between affiliate and being partnered, probably the perception of having that against you would probably give an extra element of legitimacy to what you're doing versus somebody else.
Yeah, especially when you tell your friends you do it as like, it's like, no, I'm partnered. Like, it's cool. It's like, okay.
Oh, he knows his stuff. He must be quality.
Yes, and for people like you that don't know what that means, like, oh wow.
Yeah, I know. That sounded quite impressed. Yeah, absolutely.
You can be partnered at a law firm, and it's a big deal. So
that's right. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
It sounds nice, but I still get to stream, and I still get to, if I put in effort, I see reward. So, but no, it does sound nice to be partnered. What
makes a successful Twitch user? So keeping just looking at some of the more popular people out there. We touched on sort of people being sort of charismatic and having personality and people tuning in for those reasons. But what are people doing that makes them so successful versus other people?
Oh, it's so hard it's so difficult. Of course, there's the obvious market for being beautiful. There's the obvious thing where pretty girls attract viewership, but that's a no-brainer. That's every single platform everywhere. So, but I don't know. I look at the big channels, and I don't know. It's kind of like the same difference. Why didn't that other great band make it when that one great band did? You know what I mean? That you see a big streamer and he's like, oh, he's charismatic, he's great, good looking stream helps. And I don't know, there's just a way some of these bigger streamers can just be on camera. It's the same. I bring it back to music all the time, but you know that there's the difference between some bands that can get up there and play songs, and then there's some bands that go up there and they just make it look different. You know what I mean? There's something about some of them. It's hard to define.
Different type of energy, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that probably some of it is and I think you mentioned it earlier as well. It's a community-based thing as well. So there's probably an element of networking and a bit of self-promotion there, and right place, right time, and linking in with the right people that would probably help particular users get ahead versus others.
I'm speaking about the sort of host type streams. There's the skilled gamers, the guys that are that either own a world record for a speed run, or when they go to the esports championships, they're the best in the world at a video game. There's also the skill element where they'll get viewership because they're the best in the world at the game. People like to see that. So there's a lot of things, and then there's the dude that just films his turtles 24/7, and I get drift past it as I'm browsing. I'm just like, there's 34 people in here watching this.
I love it.
Holy shit! The turtles are just sitting there.
They're just waiting for them to move. So it's moved.
It's sick. I think people are so desperate for an escape from their shitty lives. And I think Twitch streamers offer that. I think that's what it's, and connection as well. Like my stream's pretty interactive. I pride myself on being interactive to the point where my gameplay suffers. But as some of my followers say, it's like, man, no one watches you for your gameplay. Trust me. Like, I like to talk, and it's there's people out there that are looking for that, man. Because there's people out there that no one talks to.
Yeah, that's a really sort of interesting thing to note, because I mean it's like a lot of things that we do. We do things because we have to, and then we do things because we want to escape the things that we have to do.
We want to distract ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then if you can find people that you can connect with on some common ground and a common interest, then
that not feel so alone.
It's priceless for people. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's a lot of streams. There's a big thing with a lot of streamers, and they talk about mental health, and they pride themselves on their on themselves as my whisper box is always open, that kind of stuff. Like that, they're just being there for people, and that's a fantastic element. There's a lot of charity streams. There's a lot of beauty to it.
It's really, really intriguing, to be honest. I mean, it's not just about a bunch of people getting in front of the computer and playing games, and going to the next question. And I know the answer after digging into it a little bit more now, but I've always seen Twitch to be a gaming platform, and so I've always just seen a bunch of guys that love playing games and they're just streaming that alone. But as you've mentioned some examples, it's just pretty much anything and everything.
Anything you think of
using the platform.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome music streams as well. Like there's this Marlou CK. She's French. She plays the harp, and when I'm working on my computer, I listen to her.
Well, would you ever consider doing a Tabora Twitch show?
There's an account made, and before we went quiet this year, I said to the boys, I was like, guys, I think I have a feeling that this is the future. And I mapped out everything I'd need to do it, and it was totally doable. But then we just had this year that we've had where everything we've been offered, with one of us has been away. And we had the chat about, I was like, well, maybe get some feelings for some of this bigger stuff we're being offered. But the democracy was just like, it wouldn't be right. If you think about it, if you go down that train of thought, it would eventually be, it's like, you don't even need a gig. You just do it in your practice space. And you have subscriber only, so people are paid, that sub to you to watch you guys perform, and then you could build it up. And in your practice room now, you can afford lights, and you could put on a full production under your house. Imagine it.
We've been toying with this concept for so long. Yeah. Before, I know Twitch has been around for quite a few years now, but we were just thinking about.
I think.
Yeah, and we've been, even just other streaming platforms, and we just think, all we need is an empty venue, or, as you said, just to sort of really strip it back, under someone's house.
A space,
and you set it up like a show with the full set and, full production, everything's there. And then, obviously from a sound point of view, that's an easy thing to tackle. And there you go. And then you let people know in advance when it's going to kick off, and people can tune in, and then you can do a paid subscription thing. So exclusive access. I'm telling you. And
it's going to happen.
It's absolutely going to happen. Absolutely. And I know there's some bands, I think Matt from Trivium does a lot of Twitch stuff, and he does gaming and music. And I think he's doing some live feeds from Trivium shows on tour. And I think he just sets up his phone somewhere or whatever. But he's obsessed with it. And that sort of brought it back into my head, and I thought, someone's going to get onto this really soon, and
it'll explode.
Yeah, and then everyone
you can play to the whole world.
Yeah,
every night you play to the whole world.
That's it. The last question is that anyone who is thinking, I might look into this and see if I can create an account. What are the first steps, and what should they be thinking about? What's some things to consider before taking those first few steps?
I'm not sure. I got two wonderful examples, is my own example and a friend of mine's example who took it up recently. And I sort of looked at it as like Trevelyan and a channel called General Mittens, which is like this cat head, and he's got it rigged up so when he speaks, the cat's mouth moves. I don't know, like it. And there's my favorite streamer is this dude called Space Boy, and they're just, it's just them. Like, it's just them on camera. So if you find yourself, if you love people, first of all, if you hate people, don't bother. It's like, if you love people and you find yourself, you're the kind of person in real life that has friends and you like interacting, then put yourself in front of the camera. But and then my friend, he was the kind, he just sort of was like, oh man, like, I figure I'm playing video games anyway, so I figure I may as well give it a crack. I may as well stream myself and see where it goes. And he's just gotten partnered. He's on the verge of quitting his job.
Wow.
He's almost earning more than he earns at his day job. And he just thought to himself, I'm going to sit here and do it anyway, so I may as well try. So there's that. If you've got a feeling that you'd be good at it, it's just like anything. Like, fear holds everyone back. Like, and it's not like, it's all just fear. It's all in your head. Everyone goes through the same thing. It's like, oh, I don't think I could do it. And then you spook yourself. But like, if you just feel like you want to do it, then just jump and then do it. It's an exciting time to be alive, because you tell people in 1996, I want to play video games for a living. Your parents would be like, get back to work. Like,
yeah,
it was unfathomable. And now it is 100% stone cold reality, to the point where people are going, I could quit my day job. I'm going to give this a go. We're moving away from that set pattern that we were all followed. Work hard, get a secure job. So people are pushing through the fear and finding that that's bullshit.
It's just, I think it's great where it's getting to a point now where people are realizing that they can earn a living, and even that concept or that phrasing's not the best reflection of what the meaning is behind it, but people are able to make money doing things that they absolutely love. And people would always shun those people that say, well, go for your passions and only work, do jobs that you enjoy doing. But then people would say, well, get a reality check. You need money. So you just work a job. And if you get a job, then you're lucky. And
you're lucky to have it. Yeah, don't leave it. It's so hard to find.
That's right. But now it's just so different. Yeah, it's very different.
It is, man.
You're going to have to give me a link to the turtle guy. And some of these other users that you've mentioned, but especially the turtle guy. And
I couldn't remember his name. I'm assuming it's like twitch.tv/myturtles or something. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know.
And I'll link to yours as well, and people can get a bit more of an understanding of what you're doing with your platform. But thanks so much. Like, really appreciate it. And as I've been telling a few others, I'm really, really intrigued, and now I'm thinking about every little thing I do each day and going, okay, well, who wants to tune in? But yes, within reason, of course.
No, man. See, that's all it takes. You've got that first vibration, man. You're in.
Yeah, it sounds good. Well, thank you very much.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that side hustle special on Twitch. And if you want to learn more about Jono and James and Twitch in general, you can go to the show notes over at selfstarter.com.au. It's Twitch TV if you want to check out the website directly. And James's username is stay_frosty641 and Jono's is good old JB. But everything will be in the show notes over at selfstarter.com.au. Now, I've got 4 key takeaways from this really interesting chat with both James and Jono on Twitch. So here we go. Number 1, the social aspect. Both James and Jono found communities of like-minded people through the video streaming platform. Not only is this great on a personal level to be interacting with people who share similar interests, but it's also really good from a networking opportunity perspective, which could lead to other opportunities in the future. Number 2, it's not just about the games. Now, in this episode, we covered varying types of ways that you could utilize video streaming. So what could you do? Is there something that you enjoy doing on a regular basis that you wouldn't mind others tuning in and watching what you do? It sounds suspicious. But think about your passions and how video streaming could help you share these passions with other people. Number 3, consistency. We all like consistency in what we do, and many successful people have used consistency to deliver value to others. This is no different with Twitch. Both James and Jono have regular streams throughout the week, which brings a perception of reliability and understanding to the audience. I certainly experienced this with the benefits of consistency through my podcast episodes. So what are you doing in your business that could be better executed with some more consistency? Number 4, feedback. Like any good business, consumer feedback is critical to gauge whether you're on the right track or not. Through enthusiastic interaction with their audiences, James and Jono are able to get feedback from their viewers on what they like and what they don't like. With that kind of feedback, they can make constant improvements to their channel and continue to build their audience. Now, speaking of feedback, I'd love to hear from you. If you got something out of this episode that I didn't cover, or you have a suggestion for a side hustle topic or a business owner guest, contact me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter by searching @Andy Dowling, or you can use the contact form over at selfstarter.com.au. And that's it, folks. Time to wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for the constant feedback and encouragement. It means a hell of a lot to me. And if you want to support this podcast further, you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts, on Stitcher, on Facebook, or anywhere on the internet. It does not matter. But more importantly, if you can share this podcast with anybody who you think needs a little bit of a nudge in their self-employment journey, that would mean a hell of a lot to me. So thank you very much. Until next episode, take care, keep moving forward, and we'll speak soon. Larry.